What's a commonly known fact that's completely false? That goldfish have a 3-second memory. They actually have a memory span that lasts for months. They're also quite intelligent fish. You can even teach them tricks. OMG. This makes the idea of keeping them in a tiny bowl for all their lives so horrifying. Einstein never failed math. In fact, when he was shown a clipping from Ripley's Believe It or Not, where this fact originated, he said, "I never failed in mathematics. Before I was 15 I had mastered differential and integral calculus." The origin to this is actually quite funny. I have heard this fact a lot as well. To be fair, the biographer made an honest mistake, since Germany and Switzerland share the same grading system, numbers from 1 to 6. But in Germany 6 is the worst grade, whereas in Switzerland, where Einstein went to school, 6 was the best possible mark. So it really was just bad luck for the biographer, since he was only familiar with the German version of this grading system. Slit pupils mean a snake is venomous. The shape of the pupils is based on if they are nocturnal or diurnal. Walks up to cobra and looks it in the eye, we are all good here. It has round pupils. If they are enlarged it means it's in love with you. Time to kiss the cobra. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. In fact, it does. And frequently. Wait, what? I'm about to frick up my lightning rod salesman. Bats are blind. You can tell bats are not blind, because if you have ever looked at one, it looks back at you, with its eyes, that it uses to see. CGP Grey. Most instances of human contact with a wild, young animal will not cause a mother to abandon it. There are a litany of other reasons why you shouldn't touch wildlife. Maybe how the myth started in the first place. That is interesting. That is one I always believed. But it makes sense. I'm pretty sure if you picked up a bear cub, the mama would come get it. I think there are very few scenarios where you should be picking up a bear cub anyway, lol. I think the myth started with baby birds being touched and mothers abandoning them because of human scent, which is silly because birds can't really smell anything. It has been applied to deer fawns as well, which is mostly false. Like I said, there are tons of other reasons you shouldn't touch a baby deer. Tilt your head back when you have a bloody nose. You actually want to tilt it forward and pinch your nose. As someone who had hundreds, possibly thousands, of nosebleeds throughout childhood, just tissue walrus that boy and get back to whatever you were doing. Yes, but also I hate pulling out the clot when you pull out the tissue. I feel you. I get nosebleeds so much, especially during the winter months. My quick fix, which I know people would freak if they saw, since I'm pretty sure it's high on the do not do list, is to blow my nose. It clears out those clots and suddenly the nosebleeds tapers off to nothing. I wouldn't recommend it to others. It just works for me. The clots though, ugh. Myth, cracking knuckles causes arthritis. Has not been proven. There was a study a guy was told this, and so he only cracked the left hand, and after like 40 years it showed no additional signs of arthritis. Imagine the willpower of limiting yourself to only cracking knuckles on one hand. That the Europeans thought the earth was flat when Columbus took to the sea and discovered America. The ancient Greeks calculated the circumference of the earth 500 BC. It goes deeper. People knew how big the earth was because the Greeks were mathematical rockstars. People knew that Columbus couldn't possibly carry enough food to make it. Dumbest Chris was all nah, I can totally make it. If he hadn't run into the new world, he would not have made it. Waiting time before you can report someone missing to the police. Edit. 911 operator here. Correct. There is no time limit that you have to wait to report someone missing. Call as soon as you think something might be wrong. Another thing a lot of people seem to think is that they will get in trouble if the person strolls in the door completely fine after reporting them missing. We don't care, we just remove them from the system as missing. It takes like a minute. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made object you can see from space. No, you can't. It's like 30 foot wide, but you can see the moon. It's made of cheese, so it has to be man-made, right? I thought the moon was a hollow alien outpost. Someone needs to sort this out. It might be both. If the aliens ate the cheese so it's hollow now. That is a lot of cheese. Blood is blue, but turns red when it hits oxygen. Nope. The blue color you see under your skin has to do with your veins, not the color of your blood. Your blood is always going to be a shade of red. Fun fact about that, your veins actually reflect more red than blue light, but they reflect less red than the skin around it. Your brain sees this as blue. It's similar to those chessboards with a shadow, where some shades appear much darker or lighter even though they are the same color. Sugarcane grows faster on sand. Minecraft has taught us wrong. Even if there are hot singles in your area, they don't want to meet you. Hot single is 5 miles away. You ignore the ad and refresh. Hot single is 2 miles away. You refresh again. Hot single is at your door. You refresh again, holding your breath. Hot single is right behind you. That identical twins run in families. Only fraternal twins can run in families, and that's only because some women are known to hyperovulate, causing 2 eggs to be released at once. That can sometimes run in families, but identical twins are an anomaly. Correct if I'm wrong. Identical twins are one baby that somehow splits in 2, while fraternal twins are 2 babies conceived at the same time. That we need to detox our bodies. There's this whole fad of detox juice cleanses and detox workout regimens, while in reality, all we need to detox is to not become completely dehydrated. What's also peculiar is that these people who say we should detox our bodies never specify what toxins we need to cleanse ourselves from. My favorite quote on this: your organs remove toxins from your body. If one of them quits working, a kale smoothie isn't going to help. Worst detox scam I've seen yet. Those foot baths that are supposed detox you through your feet. If that doesn't set off your BS alarm, nothing will. The water fills up with lumpy brown gunk and horrifies people into buying these things. But guess what? It's rust. An electric current running through the compounds in the water causes iron to rapidly oxidize and precipitate, giving the effect of scary toxins to the gullible. That lemmings commit mass suicide. It was just a weird lie Disney made up for a film they made, and they essentially just tossed a bunch of lemmings off a cliff and told people they just kill themselves. Disney didn't actually make it up. They just popularized it. They threw the lemmings off the cliff when they couldn't get any footage of it actually happening. Yeah, it was a common misconception. Lemmings have a few odd behaviors that left people thinking it was evidence of mass suicide. For example, they disperse in mass and often trying to swim during this and die, leaving tons of little corpses washed up on the shore. This left people think they had mass suicides. In truth, they just misjudged the water distance or roughness. Hair grows back thicker when you shave it. I believe this is because our hairs are uneven lengths, but when you shave an area, the hairs there grow back at the same length, which makes it appear thicker. Exactly. And also each hair itself tends to be thinner toward the end. So when you shave a hair, the part that begins to grow back is the diameter of the thicker strand. Like the base or stump of a tree vs a tree trunk, much further and higher up as it thins out. Who Let the Dogs Out was about ugly women in the club. Wrong, it's about unwelcome men hitting on women. Google it, the singer has said so in multiple interviews. Wow, I seriously thought this was about actual dogs being let out of the house. Infuriating when guests do that. I mean, the actual music video doesn't help either. That humans only use 10% of our brains. That's just a misquotation of an actual fact though. It's supposed to be only 10% of humans use their brains. With the addendum, but not all of the time, and not all at the same time. You can feel specific tastes only on the specific parts of the tongue. That is, sweet on the tip, sour on the sides, etc. They teach this in medical school still, and that's because there is a gradient of different taste receptors on different parts of the tongue. It's not a hard line, though. Alcohol doesn't really warm you up. It increases small vessel circulation, so you feel warmer, but really it decreases the overall body temperature. It's a vasodilator, meaning the capillaries at the surface of your skin can radiate more of your own heat outward. You can sense this warmth of your own skin as you begin to freeze to death faster than you otherwise would have. To be fair, if I knew I was freezing to death, I'd probably happily do it drunk. However, if rescue is imminent, restoring blood flow to the skin and extremities may help reduce the effects of frostbite. It depends on whether you're about to get somewhere warm or just continue freezing to death. Bumblebees shouldn't be able to fly is a complete lie. They do fly, so that's the first clue. Big if true. Carrots don't improve your vision. That's the Brits lying to WWII Germans. And now you Edit. Also that T-swilling badasses had super secret radar and carrots are the standard wartime diversion tactic. Thank you for the refresher. Reddit. My memory was fuzzy on the particulars. Vitamin A deficiency can harm my sight and cause blindness, and carrots contain vitamin A, so they don't improve your vision, but they are one of many sources of something a lack of which would cause your vision to deteriorate, which is presumably why they went with carrots for the radar cover-up rather than anything else. A lie containing a kernel of truth is much more effective than a plain lie.